Assalamualaikum students, I am your teacher Saharnisa. Today we are going to cover Broadway course book unit number 2 section number 1, and today is 22nd June and Monday. But let me ask you some questions. First of all, tell me, what is a forest? What is a forest? What is delta? What is coast? What is a mangrove? A forest is a large area of land dominated by trees. A large number of trees together are called forest. A delta is an area shaped like a triangle where a river splits and spread out before entering the sea. A place where the river meets the sea is called delta. Coast is defined as the area where land meets the sea or ocean. Mangrove is a small tree that grows in the coastal area, and sometimes its roots are above the ground. Now students, let's have a look on the pictures so that you can easily distinguish what is forest, what is delta, what is a coast. Coast is the borderline of where the land and the sea meets. Mangrove is an area where the trees are grown above the ground, their roots are above the ground. So the topic is today saving the mangroves. And here is the vocabulary list. I have taken it from your book. Intrude means to make an unwelcome entry into something. Delta means a triangular area where the river meets the sea. Mangrove means a tropical evergreen tree found near the tropical coast. It is near the borderline of the sea. Breeding ground, an area where animals lay eggs or produce youngs. Sanctuary, it is a place where wildlife is protected from predators and hunters. Migratory animals which move from one region to another every year to avoid harsh weather conditions. Species, a kind or type of plants or animals. Vegetation means a mass of plants growing in a particular place, and plantation means area of land where trees or crops are planted. Sapling means a young tree. Immensely means greatly, to great extent. Emphasize means to give importance or give something importance. Let's do the reading of paragraph number 1 and explanation. I have taken some points from these small paragraphs. In the first paragraph, they are telling us that Katibandar is a fishing town in Indus Delta where the seawater invasion is destroying this forest, and mangroves are very important for that area, people of that area, because they earn their living by fishing, and forests provide the breeding ground for the shrimps, prawns, and fish. Paragraph number 2. In this paragraph, they are telling us about that how mangrove provide us wood for fuel. It is used, we get the wood for fuel, fodder for cattle, grazing for animals, and important chemicals are also obtained from the mangroves. And these mangroves protect the coast from storms and tsunamis. This provides sanctuary to migratory birds and one of the largest mangroves in the world, but it was stretching from Karachi to the Run of Kutch, but it began to destroy because the seawater intrusions and lack of fresh water and pollution, cutting of trees for fuel, and grazing of animals. Because as you know that seawater is a very salty water, that's why salt is not too much salt is not good for the plantation. That's why it was destroying the Catibundar mangrove. Paragraph number 3. Now, in this small two paragraphs, they are discussing that it was a prosperous town once, but the people of that area used to grow red rice, bananas, coconut, and melons. But their agricultural land was swept away by the sea, and in 1980s it was the largest mangrove forest. It has 8 species of mangrove, but now only 3 survived. What is the reason why it becoming decreasing and why it is cutting down? Because decrease in fresh water and increase in seawater. Salt is coming more and more, that's why they are decreasing. Little vegetation was left. Past few years it has changed. Now they have changed the situation. Why? Because they have planted new plantation in and around this village, and mangrove saplings are growing. That is a new hope, a new sign. Paragraph number 4. In this paragraph, they are telling that villagers started protecting it by controlling cutting of trees and grazing. Local festivals are organized to teach the importance of mangroves. Local communities involved in planting more mangroves. And so in July 2009, they set a world record of planting highest number of trees. 400 trained workers were participated to achieve the target. Each worker had to plant 1300 plants and from morning until evening. Let's talk about the last paragraph. They are telling in this paragraph that local community as well as neighboring villages were present in large numbers. Government officers were also there. Social workers came to support, and local artists were performing. It was a festive environment. It created a festive environment, and local artists were performing and playing musical instruments for their encouragement, and people of Katibandar giving hope for a better future of the world. Now, students, as we have done the reading explanation, after doing this reading and explanation, we are going to do the copy work. Kindly do this words meaning on your copy. After doing the words meaning, we are going to do the word sentences of same words. After doing the words meaning and sentences, we are going to do the book exercise, learn to read one, but you are going to attempt these questions on your copy. Only 4 questions you have to attempt. You are not going to write question number 1. From question number 2, 3, 4 and 5 we are going to do. I have written all the questions for you for your understanding. Thank you very much. I am your teacher Saharunisa, and you can send your homework on my WhatsApp number, and if you don't have my number you can email me as well. Thank you so much.